One of the best ways to become better and improve your skill is to isolate and put constraints on yourself. So this means that when you are drilling, when you're working technique, you isolate to a specific punch, specific kick, maybe a combo, or when you're grappling, you only focus on a specific submission, maybe defense, maybe offense, and just do one thing or one aspect of a fight game at a time. So instead of using all the tools that you have in your tool bag, you only focus on just selected few. And this type of limitation actually improves you, because all you can do and all you can focus on is throwing specific strikes, specific combos, or maybe going for a specific submission or working from a specific position. And you have to create openings. You have to think a lot more on how to get to a certain position, how to throw a single strike, maybe a single combination that you are focused on. So it improves your fight IQ because you are focused on one thing only, that you are trying to find openings for and trying to execute much better. And one of these limitations, one of these constraints you can begin to implement into your drilling to improve is same side striking, using only your lead hand and throwing punches, throwing knees, throwing kicks, or combining them all together. So imagine your opposite hand, your rear hand, whether you're southpaw or orthodox, does not matter. Your rear hand is broken and you cannot throw a single punch with it. And all you have is your lead side. So if you're orthodox, you're focused on your left hand. If you're southpaw, you're focused on your right hand. And all you do is you execute combinations, punches, kicks, knees, whatever you need to throw from a single side from your lead. So you have your lead hand jab to the head, jab to the body. You have your hooks to the head, hooks to the body. You have your lead uppercut. You have your front kicks, roundhouse kick to the leg, to the body, to the liver, or to the head. And now of course you have footwork. So all you do for a number of rounds, 5 to 10 rounds, is you're focused on only throwing same side lead hand strikes and lead kicks and combining between the two, so you can execute your punches and kicks at the same time, putting them into combinations. And what this will do is it will teach you to look for openings from the same side, from punches and kicks that you usually don't throw together. Usually you have a set of combinations that you throw. You have your jab cross, alternating hands, maybe a kick afterwards, but usually you go left, right, right, left. Sometimes you combine the punches on the same side, but you're rarely just simply focused on throwing from the same side, using your punches and kicks at the same time. But when you are putting a constraint on yourself in this drill, you are simply focused on trying to maximize the damage and find openings that you usually do not drill from that same side. So you have your jab, you can combine the jab with a high kick, you can combine jab to the body, to the head to set up your lead hook. So you have your punches that can set up your kicks, or you have your kicks to set up your punches, and you can combine them together. Let's say you have a front kick into a lead hook, or you have a jab into a lead hook to the head. You also have your roundhouse kick, so you can combine with punches. So you have your jab and then right into a high kick to the head. If you are working in close, in clinch, you have your uppercut, you have your lead hook. You can throw 2 lead hooks, one to the body, second one to the head, or vice versa, head, body. Then you can also introduce that uppercut somewhere in between your hooks. You have your body hook, uppercut, or you have your hook to the head, uppercut, or vice versa, uppercut, hook. In addition, you can also implement a switch knee or switch kick. So from your lead side, you have your just regular roundhouse or front kicks or even side kicks. But you can also implement a switch knee or switch kick, where you are changing stances to a southpaw in order to prime and load up, making your lead, your left hand side, now or your rear, so you can throw that kick with a lot more power. So the switch kick, you can either go to the body or you can go to the head. So from your orthodox, you go switch, go to the head, as well as do the same thing with a knee. Switch, knee to the body. You're using your punches, you're using your hooks, uppercuts, knees, kicks, front, roundhouse, combining them together into combinations targeted from the same side. And because I'm orthodox, I'm just focused with the left hand forward. But if you're southpaw, or if you're not a southpaw, but you should be also drilling from the opposite side, so you can equally throw from either side, whether it's orthodox or from southpaw. And if you combine that with footwork, then you have another element you can drill. You can move and you can begin to pivot from your strikes, from your hooks, from your uppercuts. You can begin to implement lateral movement, walking around the bag, changing direction sections. You can implement your step in, your step out, your shuffle forward, you shuffle backwards, everything I've covered in Fighters Footwork, so you can begin to implement footwork along with this drill. And think how much better you will get throwing from the same hand side if you just isolate and put constraints on only doing the strikes, your kicks, your punches, your knees, your elbows from one side. And you will be a lot more dynamic in your striking because you are putting constraints and you are looking for those shots, you're looking for those openings that people usually don't drill. So the way you do this is you focus on shadow boxing first, work your technique, work your speed, focus on throwing only from your lead hand. So you're orthodox, that's your left hand. If you're southpaw, that's your right hand. So in shadow boxing, you focus on your technique, on your speed, on your movement, implement your footwork, begin to implement your kicks, throw your front kicks, your side kicks, combine it with punches, get the movement, get the speed, get the flow going, and then once you've done it in shadow boxing, transition on the bag. Do this on a round-based system. So let's say you do 5 to 8 to 10 rounds, 2 or 3 minutes each, and that's all you do for the entire drilling session, for that training session. You just focused on doing it in shadow boxing, working your lead hand side, maybe switching in the same round to your opposite side, or maybe just focus on one round, you're doing your left hand forward, and then in another round you do southpaw, your right hand forward. Do a few rounds in shadow boxing, then transition on the bag, so that way you have your distance, your range control, and you can focus on hitting something solid and get that feedback. And that's all you focus on. For that drilling session, for that training session, you are focused on your lead hand strikes from both stances, trying to implement that limitation, that constraint, and getting really good from your same side strikes, executing your punches, your knees, your kicks, and implementing footwork. So this is a great drill to begin to implement into your training, into your drilling, but make sure you know how to punch properly and how to implement footwork with your striking. And for that, I have 2 in-depth programs. One is Striking Fundamentals Volume 1. I will show you the 4 fundamental punches you need to start with, and then 8 different combinations you need to begin to execute and implement using those 4 punches. And then with Fighters Footwork, you will begin to introduce moving around as you punch. The most important part of fighting is being able to utilize footwork as you strike. So both of these programs are available right now for you to pick up, begin to learn, and begin to implement into your training.